Yeah, we're not mannequins.
But I thought that you were my attorney. That's the question that I always get when I'm on the phone with my clients. So I'm like, politely, I'm not your attorney. I'm just your paralegal. So you're probably wondering what a paralegal is. So, all right. The American Association of Paralegal Education defines a paralegal as someone who performs substantive work and procedural legal work as authorized by law, which work in the absence of a paralegal would be performed by an attorney. Also, the terms paralegal and legal assistant can be used interchangeably. So, I'm a legal assistant at McKeechin and G Law Firm, and so my supervisor changed the names of paralegals to legal assistants here. So that's what we're called here. So just a brief overview. So we're going to discuss roles of paralegals, some statistics about paralegals, and the paralegal's importance in the firm. So, all right. One of the main roles of a paralegal is to assist your attorney. That's basically like the only one that you're going to do. But part of that is legal research and preparing written documents such as briefs or memos that include some of the research that you've done. Also, you can set up client meetings and set up client phone conferences, which sometimes the legal assistant or the paralegal will be in the meeting or on the phone with the attorney while they're doing the meeting. Drafting legal documents such as client letters, medical and billing requests, subpoenas, pleadings, and the list can go on what you do. So I just bought some examples. This is a pleading, and this is a request. So this is just a tad bit of what we do. So some of the other tasks can include setting depositions, filing papers, answering and making phone calls to clients. You could be calling court personnel, maintaining and organizing files, and setting up meetings with anybody else, like experts and witnesses and stuff like that. All right. Now to move on to some statistics. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, employment for paralegals is projected to grow 8% from 2014 to 2024, which is about as fast as the average for all occupations. The mean hourly wage for paralegals is $25.19 an hour, and the mean annual wage is $52,390. To reduce the cost in some firms and to increase efficiency, they do hire more paralegals. The last statistic that I wanted to bring up is that most paralegals work in the industry of legal services, but they may be employed by the federal or state government or some corporations. So now to the importance. Basically, there's not really any research that I did on importance, but I think importance is really like a personal opinion. So basically, how I defined importance was taking some of the workload off of the attorney, and also it just makes them, less stressful, because the paralegal deals with most of the paperwork, so they don't have to deal with drafting letters and all that stuff. They could just leave that work to the paralegals. But one story that I wanted to bring up was that one time, my first GDC trial that I went to with my supervising attorney, you have to do a thing called a summary damage statement. So I bought a copy of it. So basically, it's just medicals, their mileage, and any lost wages they have, and then it totals the specials at the bottom. So the judge actually looks at this, and so when they do their offer or their judgment, they go by this number. Well, my client was wrong. I calculated it all the way wrong. And so he's looking, he's like, this doesn't add up. So I'm like, oh crap. So then I look, so I'm like, oh oh my God. So then my supervising attorney just looks back at me like, yeah, and I was like, I just screwed up the first trial that I ever did. So I was like, well, it really shows how important our work really is and how much the attorney like really depends on your paperwork to be right. So I just wanted to bring that little story up. But in conclusion, we went over the roles and we went over some statistics and the importance of paralegals. So I hope that you were able to take a little something from the speech about what paralegals do and how important they really are. Thanks for listening.